I'm Julia Mink, Argelander Professor for Environmental Economics, Sustainability and Inequality at the University of Bonn. My research interests are in health economics and environmental economics, often at the intersection of both. I'm interested, for example, in the societal costs of exposure to air pollution, pesticide, the exposure to climate change-related things, such as increasing temperatures, for example, on health and health-related outcomes. I'm checking what exactly are the costs to the healthcare system of exposure to air pollution. I'm doing that with data from France, so I like working with these big databases, these big administrative databases, to put the cost, so to say, on air pollution, to know for environmental policy, should we have more stringent laws, or is what we're doing so far sufficient or not? I like teamwork for two reasons, actually. So first is because, yes, it's difficult to write really good papers when you only have your own expertise, so I think papers really get better when you have teamwork going on. And the second is it's much more fun, really. If you think about a scientist being somewhere in a corner, in an ivory tower, in a room, and just working by themselves, that's not really what I like to do. I like going out, seeing other people, see what they are doing, getting inspiration from them as well. I was really attracted to University of Bonn because many universities are saying that they do transdisciplinary research, but few are really institutionalizing it. So the idea of Bonn of having these transdisciplinary research areas I found really extremely interesting. I'm a member of two different transdisciplinary research areas as well, meeting really a lot of colleagues. There's some low threshold funding as well to try out some projects together. I brought the pacifier with me here. Let me get it out. So here, my 8-month-old daughter's pacifier, so I've become a mom recently. And for me, I would say it is also part of who I am, of my identity as a scientist, as a researcher, because now I see literally the new generation growing in front of me every day, and all these topics that are related to climate change, all the health costs that are coming towards us. If I can contribute somehow to give information to policymakers or to civil society to take better decisions, trying to deal with everything that is coming for the next generations that are impacting them so strongly. This is something that motivates me, of course, by myself before already very much, but even more so today now that I have my small Laura with me. Well, I would say to be able to be a researcher and a mother, what is really important is to have a strong support network. So on the one hand, people at home, so your family, friends, but also I would say what helps me a lot is that I got a place at, how do you say that, at the kindergarten from University of Bonn. So this is also really helpful because I can have a better work-life balance when I know that my child is taken care of, it's close to my work. So these kind of things are really helpful. Besides this, of course, you need to get over the sleep deprivation and motivate and get going. But as I said, the motivation for sure is there and is reinforced and making up for the sleepless nights. I brought this other object with me, which is an air purifier. We have several of those at home by now. I started buying them actually when I started research, looking at the health consequences of air pollution. At that time, we were living in Paris still. Paris is highly polluted. Bonn is a bit better, but I would still say it's good to have one of these at home. So I feel like there are some things that we can do as persons, but I think, as private people at home, but I think much more can also be done systematically. So this is my research, trying to act on this bigger impact of probably lawmaking, etc. But brought this as signifying that personally, myself, I try already to change some things at home to diminish this exposure. Excellence for me is to go beyond the normal things that you do in research ethics, being sure to have results that are robust, that are correct. So all these things, the basic things. Excellency for me is what goes beyond that. So as to say that you do research at a very high policy relevancy level, for example. So new findings that are very relevant for public policy, for example, right now. So these are things that I do. Coming up with new methods, that's not what I do, but I would say this is also research excellency. One thing that I think makes UniBonn also go towards this excellency is exactly to have or to sponsor this transdisciplinary research, because that's not done enough yet.